Poor Justin Gaethje. I made a video a month ago predicting that Justin Gaethje was going to get completely shafted and screwed over by the UFC in all of this conundrum with McGregor versus Cerrone and Khabib versus Ferguson because of the way he was acting and because of the decisions he decided to make. And here we are. Justin Gaethje's getting shafted in the arse and we're all watching it happen live. That's what we're watching. Every single interview we watch, we're getting little bit by little bit, knowing more and more that Justin Gaethje is not going to get what he wants from this entire situation. And I called it a month ago. And I knew it before then, I just didn't make a video about it yet. I knew this was going to happen to Justin Gaethje. The way he was acting, the way he was talking, was just all against him. Like, he put himself in this bad situation. He could have secured himself a title shot by now. Realistically, he could have secured himself a title shot by now. But he chose not to. He chose to sit around and play the victim when he was number 4 in the division. His record is Donald Cerrone, Edson Barboza and James Vick. Donald Cerrone at lightweight after losing to Tony Ferguson isn't a title elimination bout, let's be real. James Vick, knowing what we know now, isn't an amazing KO win. Okay, and Justin Gaethje wanted to play the game. Number 4 in the world. Wants a title shot. Give me this, give me that. I'll only do this on my conditions. Only if you agree to this will I do that for you. Don't give me that fight. I don't want that fight. I want the title shot. Don't even bother offering me this. I want that. And Justin Gaethje's going to get ignored and forgotten about. And Dana White's already forgetting about him. You saw it in an interview. Someone brings up Justin Gaethje. We'll see. He's had options. He's had opportunities. We'll see with him. You know, we'll see what happens on Saturday. But, you know, Justin Gaethje, fuck off. And that's basically what's going on right now. Forget Justin Gaethje's name. He's not doing anything for me right now. And Justin Gaethje's done that to himself. I said it before. I said it as soon as he started this whole act. He's going to get fucked over here. It might have been even over a month ago that I called this one out. He's going to get fucked. I saw it. There's no way if Conor McGregor beats Donald Cerrone and calls out Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson winner, he gets the fight. The argument is in McGregor's favour here. And it's in McGregor's favour because Justin Gaethje hasn't taken a fight in the meantime. That's the reason it is in McGregor's favour. If you look at Conor McGregor, comes into the division, beats Eddie Alvarez, who's a world champion, loses to Khabib, okay? McGregor wasn't a champion, but he was seen as the champion in that fight, if you remember correctly. I mean, Khabib had just beaten Ally Quinta, then he was going into the Conor McGregor fight, and people kind of saw it as, there's still not a real champion, let's decide who the real champion is. The real champion was Khabib, and McGregor kind of lost his belt. Even though he'd already been stripped, it was kind of seen by the MMA community as, okay, McGregor lost, the champion lost, now Khabib's the real champion. Khabib wasn't the full engraved, undisputed lightweight champion of the world when he beat Ally Quinta, who was ranked number 11 on 1 day's notice. When he beat Conor McGregor, that's when we knew, okay, we got the fucking champ on our hands. You know? McGregor loses that bout, and now he's going to come back against Donald Cerrone, which, by the way, is Justin Gaethje's greatest claim to a title shot. Well done, Justin Gaethje. If Conor McGregor wins against Donald Cerrone, he has equal to your claim for a title shot. Oh, he doesn't? Oh, he still doesn't? Okay. I bring you to attention of 2018 and the end of 2017, where Justin Gaethje was beaten by Edward Alvarez, otherwise known as Eddie Alvarez, and Dustin Poirier, the Diamond himself. Justin Gaethje lost to both of those gentlemen. Both of those gentlemen have been KO'd stiff by Conor McGregor and beaten in spectacular fashion. That's the argument the UFC is going to run with for their promo. That's the argument that no one can argue with. Because it's fact, and it happened. You can't sell a fight between Justin Gaethje and the winner of Khabib versus Ferguson as well as you can, as if it's Conor McGregor. And Gaethje should have fought in the meantime against Dustin Poirier, and that fight should have already been signed for UFC 249 on the co-main event, but it's not. And the only way that Justin Gaethje is going to save himself is by signing that fight. Him versus Poirier, a rematch, at UFC 249 on the co-main event. But he hasn't done it. And he's turned down Oliveira. And he's turned down Tony Ferguson. And he's turned down this. And he said it will only be the replacement for Khabib versus Ferguson on these terms. And I believe the terms were, in his own words, if none of them fall out, I want the next title shot anyway. Which the UFC is not going to do. Because what if McGregor wins 2 fights in that time? all of a sudden he's the title challenger and you're not Justin Gaethje. He hasn't done him any favours. And to match the fact that Justin Gaethje said, I'll only fill in for your title shot on these terms and negotiations, Conor McGregor says, I'll fill in for that title shot because I know one of them's going to fall out. And I'll do it without any negotiations, without any terms and conditions backstage that we're going to have to go through. If one of them falls out, I'll be there for you. And that's what Conor McGregor did, compared to Justin Gaethje, who sat on the sidelines. And this is the Ali Abdelaziz effect that I keep telling you guys about. We got Henry Cejudo out, looking for the best opportunity for himself, telling you, you root for these managers to take over the sport because you like the fact that the fighters are getting paid. You're eventually going to start hating these managers. And I'm calling it right now. In about a year's time or 2 years' time, the fans of MMA are going to be shitting on the managers. And if we don't start getting this sort of thing figured out now, it's going to turn into boxing. Because Ali Abdiz has this effect on people. You know? They want what's best for them. And what's best for them is not best for the fans of MMA. And that's something that we're going to have to come to terms with. Gaethje should have done some shit in the meantime, man. That's some bullshit. You do the UFC a favour, they'll give you a fucking title shot. It's not like he's #1 in the world. It's not like he's Tony... Honestly, if Tony Ferguson was in Justin Gaethje's position right now, McGregor was fighting Cerrone and Khabib was waiting for a challenger, and it was decided between McGregor, Cerrone and Tony Ferguson, Tony could pull this kind of act, and I would get behind him. But Justin Gaethje, you beat Barboza, well done. Great win. You beat Donald Cerrone, great win. Beat James Vick. Before that, you lost twice. You're on a 3-fight winning streak. Yes, you're an entertaining fighter. You need to win one more. You need to get your name back out there. You need to stay relevant, because we haven't seen you since September, and we're about to see McGregor this weekend. And if he's amazing and spectacular, and calls out the winner of Khabib vs Ferguson, he's got it. And Gaethje gets fucked. And I knew this was going to happen. And you guys heard me say it here first if you're a fan of the channel of over a month ago. That's how it's going to be. Gaethje's going to get bent over and fucked. And we're all going to watch it happen. Because Gaethje did it to himself. There we go. And now guess what? Gaethje, here's Charles Oliveira. Can you do this favour for us? Gaethje, do this favour for us. This fight's in March. Khabib Ferguson is in April. Do this favour for us, Justin, and we'll help you out, right? Take the fight with Oliveira. Save us an event and a main card. Because for a while at UFC Brasilia, they had the rest of the card figured out. But they were struggling on what to do for a main event. I'm assuming they wanted Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje, which is what they said they wanted. Gaethje says, no, I'm not going to do that favour for you. I want the title shot. Okay, Gaethje. Hey, Kevin Lee. Want to do us a favour? Hell yes, Kevin Lee wants to do them a favour. Because he knows what doing favours for the UFC gets him. Fast track to a title shot. And Gaethje sits out on the sidelines. Goodbye. That's all my message that I have to say. I knew this was going to come. And everyone else that's been watching this channel has known that it's going to come. And I promise you, if Conor McGregor beats Donald Cerrone, which I think he might do, he's going to fast track Justin Gaethje for a title shot. And some people are going to cry. And I'm going to offer you the argument again. They both beat the same guy in their title elimination bouts, right? I get that Conor McGregor beat Donald Cerrone after Justin Gaethje, but it's the same name that gives them claim to a title shot. Conor McGregor's beaten Eddie Alvarez, who's beaten Justin Gaethje. Conor McGregor's beaten Dustin Poirier, who's #1 in the division right now, outside of Tony Ferguson and Khabib. He's the top contender outside the two guys that are fighting for the title. McGregor has a win over him. I don't get it. There's nothing Gaethje can do here. He can't say that, oh, I should have the title shot. But why? McGregor comes back. You lost to Eddie and Poirier. I beat both of them. Give me the title shot. Hey, Khabib, what do we want? What do we want for Khabib? MMA fans, what do you want for Khabib next? Do you want Khabib versus McGregor? Now McGregor has a big win under his belt. Or Tony Ferguson versus McGregor? Now that McGregor has a big win. Or do you want Gaethje versus Khabib? By the way, Gaethje lost to the last guy Khabib beat. In Dustin Poirier. Got KO'd by him. Got drowned by him from pressure. Khabib just drowned Poirier. How interested are you in that? And there's my statement. Goodbye. Like and subscribe. Click that button there. And I'm going to unstretch I've been sitting on my leg for that entire video. I thought this was going to be 5 minutes long. And my leg is completely dead. I can't feel a thing. Wonderful. I told you, Gaethje. I literally told Gaethje from the start, but he refused to listen to my call. If Gaethje had gone out there and fucked someone up in vicious fashion and did the UFC a favour, he'd be getting his own way, but he wanted to act like a toddler, so this is what he gets. Goodbye. Click that button now. See you later. Have fun.